EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Baltimore.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. They go play action with Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. He's got a man, complete.
You know what? Why don't you just start
all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. The 20.
You know they pay me extra.
And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
Touchdown.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Broncos 14, Ravens nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 1st down, Dobbins. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 21-0.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed, Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Jackson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Bradley Chubb in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll try to run the option here. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll throw now on the final play. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. K.J. Hamler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Broncos 28. Ravens.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
He's going deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. The 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through.
Score, Broncos 35, Ravens 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating, steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
Brings up 2nd down.
So a tough road here on 2nd and very long. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Mike Purcell, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taking it about the 36. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
45-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Broncos first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try again with Chubb, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
By Calais Campbell. A 5-yard loss. It's 4th and goal. That's the end of
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The kick by McManus is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And 10 at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
Again, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, well, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there.
Chubb on the carry.
No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 5-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you've got to imagine the celebration is already well underway. Smiles on that sideline. Still a little time left, but 16-0 appears to almost be a certainty now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 22 yards there, a first down. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. As they run the counter play. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Denver, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast.